Welcome on in. Solid here. Dark Gal, as always. Dark, I should have asked, are you going to be on camera tonight?
Uh, you know what? I could. If I figure out how to fucking remove the screen, the background.
Yeah, what happened? I'm like kind of half off the camera here.
You remember yesterday?
Kind of in there.
Ad
Yeah.
break in progress. Damn. As soon as we start,
Everything just goes to shit.
It was supposed to start like a minute into it, but for some odd reason, it keeps waiting until 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Dark.
Delco.
I don't remember how to do this shit.
I did update Gal's avatar here,
So that I don't have a blue background anymore.
and it lights up when he talks.
Didn't it already though?
No,
I thought it did.
it was a green ring that lit up. This is your actual,
Okay.
your whole face.
Oh, now I'm illuminated. I'm
Yeah.
I'm all enlightened there.
Dark with
Oh,
apple in his mouth. Over here.
hold on.
Actually, now that he's close up, actually, I could tell that it's his mouth because
Mhm.
from afar it was like you couldn't be sure, but it's like nope. Definitely open mouth.
What? All right, let me see.
I guess I can black the.
Oh, yeah, I remember why I don't like wearing black shirts around cats. White cats.
Oh yeah.
specifically.
Oh, all the shedded hair. I gotcha.
Oh, you don't, what about the white? What about the whites? Hats?
The white hair, the white cats. They all their fucking hair on me. I say
Hair.
yeah.
Sounded like lifting now. Shit.
Oh God. There we go.
No.
There we go.
No signal. No signal.
No cigar, no.
I love how the game is saying that something escaped and no one caught it. Well, like no shit. We just started. No one was
Right.
trying to get anything.
Effective
Wow.
balls.
Where's the video?
Okay, so
Oh, I think I know why.
everybody's getting on this Pokemon community game now.
Yeah,
It's been fun, I guess.
I
guess.
suppose.
But once the RA tracker is back, will it disappear?
I don't know. What were we gonna say, Dark? Sorry.
I said more than likely.
Yeah, I think it's not for nothing. As much as Frank swears by that it's a fun mini game, I think it's only like a placeholder, like for streamers until they get the tracker back, and then it's like for RA, and then it's like, oh yeah.
I mean, I know since the tracker been down, that's when I end up having to cut part of my border overlay. Then it was like,
I mean, for me, I'm a, as Vagrant would say, I'm a Gen 1er. So like, there's only like what, like barely like a tenth of the Pokemon or so like that I ever really focus on. I mean, Gen 2 is kind of cool too. I suppose like 20% maybe of like the Pokemon or something that like I have any connection to in any way, because those are the Pokemon I knew when I grew up and I was into the series in any sort of way. I mean, after that, like a lot of times when a Pokemon comes up and I look at them, I'm like, God, that's a Pokemon? that's like the vast majority of any time like that I see them in any sort of way, because I'm so like removed from a lot of recent generations in it. So like and not for nothing,
there he is.
I don't know. Hello, Dark.
Yeah, I had it in the wrong capture card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to do the filter on here, so fuck it.
I think you have to have what is that called?
Nitro, I got
Yeah.
it.
Ooh.
Good old Nitro.
Should,
Yeah, I got. Oh, well, yeah. Here it is. Like advanced, upload your own background. I really don't have a background. I don't have shit. Fuck.
It'd be nice if there was like a way to like like darken it so it's like the back of where Solid's background is. If it was kind of something like that, but I don't know if that's possible.
mine's straight off the webcam, so
Oh, okay.
through OBS.
Let me blend in.
Oh, there we go. That actually That works out nicely, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there we go.
I like that actually.
Now if it would
Um,
focus. Come on.
Yeah, when you done disappeared.
hey
Fucking
Fox.
camera.
I mean, to get back to your question, Solid,
Yeah.
about the Pokemon community game, I mean, I think it's cool. Like every now and then, it's kind of interesting in a way, but like I don't know. I'm just gonna swear by it. They say that there's a certain odd that you have when using certain like whether you use a Pokeball or a Great Ball or an Ultra Ball. They say, oh, there's a certain percentage that you have a chance at catching a Pokemon. I don't know. I think those percentages are lies because I use like Ultra Balls literally on every single thing, and like any one night, I'm lucky if I catch like one or two Pokemon. It's just like, and I'm sorry, like I that can't be 80%. I'm sorry. Like with
Right.
80%, you should at least have like a good amount of Pokemon that you still catch. I'm not saying you catch every single one, but you should at least see, hey, I tried this 10 times, I at least got 5 Pokemon. It
I,
shouldn't be I threw the ball 10 times and I got like one catch, okay?
I think they
Like
mean
that's just not 80%.
80% miss rate.
Yeah, I could go with that. Yeah, I could go with that one. That makes more sense.
Ultra Boss, I don't know. They suck to me in
That's what's funny
shit in the
about it,
fucking games.
because they
Like
swear by it
it's
that
either
it's
you go.
big. Yeah,
No, it's not. It's either you have the Master Ball or you got the same drop rate for every fucking thing. Or the
yeah.
Mhm.
same catch rate, I should say, for every fucking thing.
That makes more sense to me.
So
It's just like no matter what, you're like you'll hopefully get a catch, and that's just it.
so all right. Everybody's did everybody here start with Gen 1 or
That was the one that I started with. I mean, when it first came out, I mean, I was turned on to Pokemon when it came out on when I saw it in the Nintendo Power magazine back in '98 when I was just about to start 5th grade. And funny enough, I was 10 years old, so I was literally the same age as Ash Ketchum when he was starting out in the anime. So like for me, it was like very much like kind of on that precipice of really being into the series. And luckily, I had friends when I started 5th grade that were really into it too, and they're the ones that like kind of got me into the Pokemon games and the card games and stuff like. I look back on that year definitely as a real fun year because it was definitely like the best time I think to be a Pokemon fan because it was such a phenomenon. It was everywhere. You had everyone kind of into it. The parents just kind of went with it. I mean, my parents, I think, weren't like the biggest of it. They usually would joke with me, usually more than they were like into it. Like be like, "Oh, Pokemon, gotta catch them all!" Like they find a way to like tease me most of the time whenever it was there. My father took me to see the first movie, and funny enough, at the time, I didn't really think much of it, but I look back on that and I think he's sitting there and like 80% of the film is just Pokemon saying their names over and over again. And he's just sitting in the seat there while we're watching the film. And I go look back on that. I'm like, wow, Dad, thinking back on it, man, you must have really liked me as a son to just sit there and be like, God damn, what's going on in this movie and
Dude,
everything. And, and
Pikachu? What?
yeah, like literally Pikachu's vacation in that cartoon, in that first movie, literally the entire short is literally just the Pokemon saying their names over and over. You have a little narrator to explain a little bit of what's like going on, but most of the time they're just like
I always died
they're
laughing when
just
they
like
put
talking to each
the.
other.
I
And
always
it's
died
just
laughing when they had the closed caption at the bottom for it. Like, this is what they're saying.
like no shit. I mean,
So, Dark.
that's definitely what started for me anyway.
So, Dark, what was your first Pokemon?
I was I was Gen 1.
It was Gen 1
I
also?
was I was Gen 1. Yeah. I was Gen 1. I had let's see. I started the anime because it was one of them that came on when we first got cable. Uh of course in the daytime because everybody know Toonami had their heat back in the day with Dragon Ball and or Dragon Ball Z, I should say, and like Sailor Moon. Well, Sailor Moon's on like daytime. So. But anyway, Pokemon was one of them too. It was still Gen 1 nonetheless. And then my first game was Gen 1. It was I think I ended up getting Red. Was my
Good.
very first Pokemon
That
game.
was
I got
mine
Red
too.
from I bought it, you know what? I bought it from eBay. And when I bought it, this guy had already had like he had the what you call it already? The he had like Mew on there already. And I was like,
Mm.
what the fuck? So I just went around whooping all the trainers' asses that he didn't. Of course, we always had the Misinko or missing number
Right.
Yes. Oh
glitch,
God, I remember that.
forever. Hell yeah. I had like all the master balls. I had fucking max rare candies. All
Ooh.
that shit. Yeah, I was going around. I definitely duped the master ball because I wanted the legendary birds.
hmm
I wanted the legendary birds. I wanted Articuno. That's my top
Oh, dude,
that's my favorite
Articuno.
bird. Articuno is my top bird. Sweet Kuno's the top dog.
Oh, so you definitely like that art style, that kind of suave, like blue,
Hell
type
yeah.
of thing. Yeah, I
I
could
like
definitely be
Raikou
down
too
with that,
though.
man.
I like Raikou too. But like out of the
Yeah.
birds, out of all the birds, Articuno is just top tier as far as like overall looks. As far as dogs go,
hmm
it used to be Raikou. It used to be Raikou at first, and then it switched to Suicune. Just because I always liked the ice abilities. You didn't see them that often in the
Yeah.
like first gen, so just
And if
seeing that
anything,
in my stadium.
Ice was pretty good because that was usually effective against I think Ice was really the only one you really had against dragon types back then
Yeah.
that you could
Yep.
really use that was really effective against them.
Mm.
Unless you were lucky enough to have another dragon type yourself. Like that
Which
was
you almost
pretty
didn't
much
unless you got to the what the
yeah.
casino. You had to get to the
Yes.
casino to get Dragonair out that motherfucker.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Otherwise Lance was just gonna like sit on you.
Basically. You
So
know what? Speaking of Dragonair, I would not, or Dratini.
Yeah.
Is Dratini the first? Dratini's the first form.
Yep.
Dragonair is the one I would never want to evolve. I always thought Dragonair with the wings on his ears, on his head, that was the coolest form to me. Same with like Charizard. Charizard, his coolest form to me was, or Charmeleon. His coolest form to me was Charmander. It's the first form. Charmander. Charmeleon was the best looking form to me. Charizard was cool too, but
Charmeleon.
Charmeleon
Yeah.
looks dope.
I felt the same way about Wartortle as well. I usually liked
Yep,
Wartortle a lot.
yeah,
War
A lot
Turtle.
in there too.
Hmm.
Yep.
yeah.
And more so
I
than
like
Blastoise.
Venus.
I mean, yeah.
Who you got? What's Venusaur's evolutions? Venusaur,
Yeah, it was Bulbasaur, Ivysaur,
Ivysaur.
Ivysaur,
and then Venusaur.
Ivysaur, then
Ivysaur. I
Venus.
like Ivysaur too.
You're a Wartortle. You'll lift it.
Throg will be in little after 8. He's busy right now. We knew this coming in, and
We're
this
just talking about
it's
our initial Pokemon.
it's been a shit show since the beginning before we could even start. So it's
Oh yeah,
been
Mewtwo is top. Mewtwo is top tier.
Yeah, like that's like the best Pokemon you could literally have in Gen 1.
well since
Oh yeah, you.
Lifted went ahead sub and we ain't got shit to do. Let's get a bean in. I'm not gonna do the wheel on big screen.
Oh yeah. Let's
Just
do
random
that.
random pick. And Mr. Retro says his favorite used to be Dragonite and Lapras. Lapras was pretty good. I like using Lapras definitely since you could use Surf.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love.
oh yeah,
Lapras.
Surf is really good. Surf is probably
Ooh.
the best water move. What bean did you get?
Hydro Pump personally. But,
Hydro Pump.
Strawberry
Hydro
Banana
Pump
is
is
dead
overrated.
fish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, with Hydro Pump, if you did that, if you gave that to Blastoise,
Excuse me, I have to catch a Zubat.
if you did Hydro Pump with a Blastoise and you pump up the X special,
Damn.
you can just run through the Elite Four.
Actually, I have to see. I don't know if my stuff carries over here. Is it? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it does.
Oh,
Damn.
it does. Okay.
We got a dead fish.
There you go.
We do not have any of the channel point stuff up on this area. So, got to refund your points there. No sound effects.
Ultra Ball.
And it's definitely dead
And I'm
fish.
still not going to catch it. So it doesn't really matter. But
Pokecatch Ultra Ball.
and I'm still not going to catch it. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not even going to look.
Shit.
I'm not even going to look because I'm on the podcast with you guys.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to look in the extension right now.
All right, what games have y'all been playing that y'all really been enjoying lately?
I've been playing Final Fantasy X when I wasn't deving. It has been for a little while, but I've enjoying that tremendously, but I love the game. So I mean, and Dark understands that. So
It is I love out of all the Final Fantasies, I love 10 just because I don't know. There's so much to do for it. It's
yeah.
it's kind of biased too because it's my first Final Fantasy.
Mhm.
Back when 7 was introduced to everybody and everybody was, riding 7. I was into Star Ocean 2 at that time, so I didn't really care about 7. But
Uh-huh.
10,
There you go,
10,
Gal.
and I've told this story before, but 10 in Circuit City.
I know I'm not
He
looking.
got.
I
But
am
10
this close to banning that bot. It's doing it like, haha, you were picking on me earlier, weren't you?
10, but 10 is the one. It's a core memory for me, for one, because it's like, it was a game. It's like the first PS2 game my mama actually bought me. But we were at Circuit City because I remember that so clearly, and I remember the exact where that exact building is at. I was there. I was just near that building, like late last week, like Thursday, Friday. But now I saw it in there. There's fucking Titus with the Brotherhood sword, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, this looks cool. And that's back when you could judge a book by its cover. You know,
Yep.
you was either getting some heat or some trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let me tell you, like, people. I mean, it's funny because whenever I go through talking with people about like if they're into Final Fantasy, and I talk with them like what's their favorite, like 10 is interesting in a sense because there's people like me who enjoy the game and Dark. You know, we enjoy the game. We have fond memories of it, and it really has a very nostalgic hold on us, like in a very special way. But then there's others who are with it, and they're just like, you know. I didn't really like it because Titus really pissed me off or something like that. And I get
the
it.
whole crybaby
I
phase.
understand it. But
What the hell
you
happened
know,
to Gal?
Thrall came in.
Throg came in and
Ah,
crashed the party.
so
Oh, I'm here. I fucked it up.
I was just looking like, wait, what the fuck happened to Gal? He got. Why does he have half my face?
Thrall came in and pushed him out the way.
All right. I do got a question, Throg. Are you going to be on camera or?
Yeah, I'll put the camera up.
Okay.
I'll get that fixed as quick as possible. Yeah, and Lifted said you're banned, by the way, Throg.
Tell him I know.
Okay.
We all know.
I know.
I gets it.
Let's go Discord. Shoot.
Nothing like the fun of juggling a new system.
Oh, always.
That's always fun.
As a streamer, it's something else.
Mm-hmm.
We can
No kidding.
talk. You can talk about that if you'd like. I got about 1 million things I forgot.
Yeah, and then it's like
Ain't that how it always rolls? You get
I
a
was
new
like,
system, you try to transfer everything over, and it's like, oh shit.
how many configurations, right?
How many
Definitely
things can I
case.
miss? It's the roulette of things.
Yeah.
Oh,
You think you get everything, and then you're like, wow, I got like maybe half if I'm
All
lucky.
right. Let me go live real quick. Let me hit the go live button and then wait, where's this at? Oh shit. Oh fuck. I did that recently. That's
Yeah.
I know that
it's-
also I restarted my whole computer and lost like everything. And I was like, okay, I'll set it back up. Then it was like, okay, I got it all set back up. No, I don't. Missed about
exactly.
everything. How you doing, Throg?
How's life?
Yeah. It's just peachy.
What the hell, Solid?
I'm just fucking everything up. Sorry.
Solid's just breaking shit out here.
It's just that kind of night.
It's been a rough night. So, okay. Mr. Throg. New PC.
Do I turn my camera on in here? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Discord.
Is this what you want?
Now I gotta fix this shit. God damn.
Yeah. Wait, what'd I tell you? This is what I get.
Yep.
This is what I got.
Why does it say no camera?
It's showing
There.
you right here.
I see myself.
I see him.
No.
I see you now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There you go. Yeah,
Just for that, I'm going to make you a tiny head.
that's fine.
We'll do the Beetlejuice head shrink.
Beetlejuice.
All right, so we weren't even
Thank you,
prepared. We weren't even prepared for half the shit. So,
Oh, good. I am not prepared for any of it. So there you go.
So we're all on the same page.
I still got to fix fucking Gal. God damn it, Gal. Why do you have to be so difficult?
I don't know. People all over RA and Frank keep telling me that, so I'm kind of used to it by now.
But fuck that. What you drinking over there?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Coffee.
I know what I'm drinking.
Oh, good coffee.
The bush.
Coffee. What side are you on? What time zone?
What do you mean? I'm in Eastern time zone.
You're in Eastern time zone, so you're in the same time zone as me, and it's 7:44, and you're drinking coffee. I know what kind of person you are already.
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
A lot of people do. Don't forget, I work in tech, so there's a lot of people that do that kind of shit.
What, having coffee late?
Yeah, they drink fucking coffee 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then still be able to crash. Wake up the next morning feeling like shit. Drink more coffee to fix the shit that they feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's a never-ending cycle.
I drink a lot of coffee.
Oh yeah,
but
I can't.
A lot of men in my family are like that too. They have coffee all the time.
Same with here, but I can't do coffee too much no more. Coffee paired with my ADHD makes me want to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I don't know what the fuck that is. But see, if I do black tea, I'm fucking wired. Then I'm ready to do whatever the fuck I want to do. But coffee, I don't know. It's like tea got that sweet spot of just enough caffeine to wire me up, and then coffee just goes over the edge, and then I'm ready to crash.
I actually have 2 drinks. I have a lime seltzer as well.
Ooh,
So what's that?
lime.
What does that tell you?
See, all I have is a watermelon Arizona in this cup.
I got nothing.
The price is on the can. The price is on the can, though. That's all I got for Arizona.
Watermelon's the best flavor. That's what I have for Arizona. I used to have a mini fridge when I lived in my apartment. I had a mini fridge like stocked full of fucking Arizonas, and I would go through like fucking 5 a night.
Oh, yeah, that's a sugar bomb.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
I would go through, yeah, it's a lot of fucking sugar. Sugar's in it.
I'm like, yo, one of them, just one of them Arizona cans is like a lot. You'd be
We're
like,
looking at 18 grams. So 50
Wow.
grams per container, per this container.
Oh shit.
So, the 99 cent cans.
That'll fuck you up.
Yeah. I love this shit. I had to stop myself from drinking it so much. So every so often I'll get one, but now I mainly drink water and black tea if I can get my hands on it. So
Why not the white tea?
calm down on all that. But y'all fuckers can down coffee like it's not shit.
Oh yeah, I drink a couple 32 ounces a day. I would say.
Oh, that's
them tall iced coffees. Oh yeah.
I used to drink 2 pots a day.
But
That's a
So,
lot.
yeah,
Do you use? Yeah, that's fucking it.
my heartbeat.
Are you?
Yeah, I
use
drink
creamer?
1 pot. A little bit, not a lot.
Little
A
bit.
splash.
Splash. That's the shit my grandma do. She take the little bitty cups, maybe 1, maybe 2 of those, and say, "Oh, it's sweet enough."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no, the
That's
fuck, it's not.
That's me. Yeah, I put like if you like a half and half thing, like I put like half of one if it's a small cup, and like a standard table side coffee cup, like one of them little half and halves is plenty. I don't even put sugar in it.
Yeah. Because now, I had to stop doing that too. I was putting sugar, creamer, And then you got an overload of junk in your system. Fuck that. I stopped doing that once I saw how much sugar's in the
Yeah.
creamer. You just pour the creamer in there.
I'm taking in so much caffeine. If I take that sugar too, I'll be blitzing.
Look like a damn crack fiend, just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with me, Fox. I had to cut it down to 2, maybe 3 cups a day.
Yeah.
All right, Throg,
You said 2. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you said 2 pots a day.
Well,
that's crazy.
See with 2 pots, I also used to drink like a 24 pack a day, also. So kind of even it out.
What the fuck?
That was
right.
that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. But so Throg, now that we got you here, let's when you started streaming, was it back like I think you said back in 2020?
Yeah, it was 3 years ago. I think it was January-ish, 2020. Yeah.
So you were like,
so like
right on the
3
verge.
years and like 8 months. Yeah.
You're like on the verge of that pre-pandemic boom.
Pretty much. It was almost unrelated, but it just kind of lined up that way. I started streaming because of 2 things. Really, because of 2 things. Doing WoW raids, and a buddy of mine was streaming, and I got the idea. Just he was streaming. There was another dude in the guild that was streaming, but he sucked, and I couldn't stand his ass. So I was like, and I was the main tank, and I figured, if anyone wants to see what's going on in the raid, they want to see the main tank who's leading the raid. I figured that made more sense. So that's where I started streaming.
So after your WoW raids and all that, what actually got you into like streaming more? I don't know. Did you start with modern games first or retro after the WoW raids?
All I really did was WoW raids for the longest time. A little bit of StarCraft 2. But for the most part, it was WoW. I didn't start playing retro and stuff until I want to say I started throwing in like a retro stream here and there after I started catching retro streamers. Like I saw people like Hatch Lord and Bud Cave playing just retro games, and I was like, motherfuckers just streaming this shit.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't know who the hell Throg was. Bud had pulled him on his podcast. I'm like, who the fuck is Throg? Of course,
That's funny.
And I think the first game I ever watched you play was Legend of Zelda.
The original, the OG.
Yeah, the OG. And
yes.
You had just started doing RA. Well, you were kind of established kind of around that time?
Yeah, I think I had gotten my first like 25 badges or so ish, something like that. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
You said the raid made me think of 14. Did you ever play that? Did you ever get into 14?
What's the name of it?
Final Fantasy 14? Did you ever get into that?
I never played any Final Fantasy. No. No, I didn't play no Final Fantasy. I didn't play any of the Final Fantasy MMOs. Just WoW. Just WoW Classic. Well, yeah, the single player Final Fantasies. Yeah.
I mean, I figured you play Final Fantasy, just not the MMOs.
I played only up to 10.
Because 10 is the last. They say 10 is the last great one. We were just talking about it.
Well, from what I understand, 12 is really good, but I never tried it.
12 grew on me. I can definitely say 12 grew on me. I wasn't really a big fan of it when it first came out, but getting back into it and seeing kind of the lore and different stuff, it's got its charm to it. I could definitely say. I mean, but 10. I mean, it's kind of unfair to me because I like grew up with those games, so like I can't say I'm really fair in a lot of ways with when people say, "Oh, is this like really the best?" or is that really good? No, I mean, hey, I mean, I'm sure it is really good. It's just it's past the time when Final Fantasy really had the kind of hold on me it had when I was younger with those games. But that's just me.
I will say with
Uh,
Final Fantasy 12, I do played it twice, could not get through it, and everybody's been telling me try the Zodiac Age because it's a lot better, I guess, battle system. So
oh yeah, they changed the battle system just a little
I,
bit. It's mainly just to like the jobs in 12. Like so you can't in the original or the one that we got in the US, it's more like
shit,
you have a set board for each character and you could just go around their board. But now in the Zodiac Age, you actually get to choose between two boards, and each board has specific weapons that you can choose. Where in the original, you could just equip whatever as long as you had it unlocked. So that's the like the main difference. I mean, you got like the fast forward speed on there in the Zodiac Age. Like basic quality of life things. I think they increased the level, the damage cap too, because there's one enemy in there. The damage cap was like 9,999. It's typical in Final Fantasies. There was no limit breaking or damage breaking thing in 12 like it is in 10. So what ended up happening is there's like a super boss, and it would take you literal hours to to do that or beat that boss because the damage that you can inflict on was capped. So I think they increased that. So that's what ended up they made that change to that too. But
Zodiac
moving on,
Age.
yeah, in the Zodiac Age. But moving on from that, Throg, what was your favorite game to stream and bash so far?
Favorite game to stream in general, or
Favorite game to stream and bad so far?
and
in
badge.
badge? Oh, in badge.
Yeah.
Uh, I that's a tough one because we had so many good ones, but the Battletoads obviously one of my favorites. Super Metroid. But then we just topped off my 100th badge with Final Fantasy Tactics, and that was one of my favorites. But I have to say, I think Breath of Fire 3 was my favorite game to badge.
I'll sit there
Oh,
and watch
that's a good
Solid play
one.
that too. That was actually pretty dope to watch him go through. Even though I never played the series myself, never played any of the
Oh,
Breath of Fires. No,
definitely
I never.
should, Dark. It's
Uh,
pretty good. At
I
least the
I want
first few.
to.
I don't know too much about the later titles, but I enjoyed 1, 2, and I played some of 3, and it's really good too. I have to finish that.
I did 2, not 3. So,
Hmm.
okay, so yeah, I was just
Is it two?
yeah, I did Breath Fire 2. Um, so you just got your 100th badge. You're up to like what 105 now?
103.
103.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
the interesting part, I know when I first came along, watching you stream doing RA, I thought originally, till I found out about it, that you aligned your badges in rows. Then when I found out that you were doing a roadmap, it was like, oh, okay. How did that idea come up for you?
I don't know. It came to me even before, like when my first like 25 badges, where I was just like, oh, it'd be cool if I did these in a way that like made a design, and I didn't realize that you could actually change them. I originally thought you could not change them, and then I found out that you could, but it was a pain in the ass.
It was.
And then eventually they made it so it was easier, but it is still to this point I don't actually rearrange my badges. They're all in chronological order.
Yeah, mine too.
Or Scout doesn't get any badges anymore. He
Oh,
manual
well,
Al
unlocks.
doesn't even play RA anymore.
He just gets his own, unlocks it.
Nah.
Mr. Dev here doesn't have time for games anymore.
Mhm. So
You got me.
You know what? Why my what do you mean why my hands white? What the fuck is you talking about?
He's talking about on the screen.
Oh, you motherfucker! Shut the fuck up.
He turned into
Shut the
Goro.
fuck up.
He says he got 4 hands.
Tired of his ass already. Well, you know what? I gotta give you credit, man. I saw you. I think we were doing a charity event, and man, I saw you do Super Metroid. I think you were speed running it for like the charity event for the one we were doing with Bud. Holy
Yep.
shit! I
Yep,
normally
yep.
watch a few speedrunners like Oats and Goats and stuff like that. He's like one of my
Yep.
favorite Metroid speedrunners. I saw you.
Yep.
I was like, fuck, this man is good.
Well, thank
I've
you.
always enjoyed that shit. I was like,
Metroid, man.
Super
Yeah.
Metroid is like it was one of the games that I actually have a fun little story about that particular game. I was ever at a friend's house playing a Super Nintendo with the cartridge with a couple friends back in the day. And I was playing it very well, you know, doing all the tricks and stuff. Because at that time, I'm talking high school, man. Like, Super Metroid was my game. And I had mastered it even back then using like Nintendo Powers and, you know, I'm talking magazines, strategy guides, just game facts, you know.
Hell yeah.
So I'm killing it, and this dude's next to me. He starts talking shit. He just starts going in. He's clowning on me. He's like, "Oh, my name's Trog. I know all the fucking secrets of Metroid. I'm a fucking loser." And I turn around and I went to go give him like open chest, you know, just straight punch right to his chest, and he ducks, and I just punched him right in the nose, and he was just exploded in blood all over his shirt. It was just like. Pfft. And he's just, you know, it was all mad, starts yelling, but it was a funny story that, you know, someone got punched in the face for clowning on my Super Metroid skills.
Yeah.
talking shit. He was good at running speed running fucking Metroid. Got punched in the nose.
Yeah. I was like, this is when I'm like fucking 18 years old.
Some motherfucker said he was in high school. And this shit. Like, damn. I'm still the youngest motherfucker here. What the fuck?
I mean, you're like,
Actually, Super Metroid was what introduced me, I think, to Throg as much because I saw his runs and I saw his video on YouTube when he went for Professional Escape, and he had that thing and it was just like damn, and he got a really good ending score on it too. Like
Damn,
I barely got like a millisecond on that, man. Like I barely got over the 2 minutes left when I got the finish, and I think you got like a few seconds well over that when you finished that, and I was just like, dude, because I knew how like from my experiences going through, I knew how difficult it was to get that. It was like, damn, that mad respect, man. That is not easy at all to accomplish, and again, total chill. Like, you know, I screamed like when I got it, and you were like, chill, like, there we go. There it is.
And threw his hands up like,
It's just like,
this ain't nothing to me.
That's mad funny. I know exactly the video. I'm like, and there you have it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there you have it.
There it is. I fucking
No,
like
it's just like, and I was just like, damn, man, that's really good to be chill
like-
after that, because man,
right.
dude.
Well,
right.
thank you.
Like watching Throg.
Well, thank you. So that particular video was, you know, I started doing a lot of YouTube videos. And my idea was that if I made RA videos, people would see my name and they would recognize me. So that's why I started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, it apparently worked. I haven't seen the video, so I don't think
Right.
I follow you.
Hey,
I didn't know you had a
definitely.
YouTube. You know, I come
That's
in,
right in chat.
By the time I get in there, oh, so cool, I'm following you. Subscribe. But I think by the time I actually get to come into your stream, I always end up having to fucking leave. So except maybe like at night, and even then when I caught that roller coaster tycoon stream, I was just
Yo.
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fucking sleep. So I was like, oh shit.
I love that game.
I know. I grew up on that shit. Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, 2, Zoo Tycoon, Lemonade Tycoon. I grew up on all that. I love that shit. But now, one thing I like about watching Thrug is his fucking voice, right? So I made a clip of him, and what were you doing? I think you were doing Contra. You were playing
Yep.
concert.
Yeah.
And he was doing you can't press up or down or some shit like that, Chivo. And he was like, "Oh shit, I pressed down. You can't do that." I was like, "Who the fuck says that shit like that?" It was just like the most nonchalant. You can't do that. That's what I got that clip actually saved to my computer. I watch it from time to time. Like this motherfucker was
Because
just
that's what you put up with some of them, man.
That whole achievement, you had to beat the game without pressing down. So
Yeah.
I got to, it was, I think it was like the third stage, I think, and that clip that you're referring to is, yeah. Like I got to like the third stage, and I'm like, oh, I pressed down, can't do that. I had to restart the whole fucking game. It's like,
yeah, but that's unless I see somebody just like fuck up.
See,
he fucks up, it's like you can't do that.
And that's one thing I like about Throg, because he doesn't do like what other RA people would do. Like he doesn't disable the down button. He just okay, I know not to do that. Restart, try not to press it again.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't disable the button, like play it again. If your controller has a function and down button, like fucking use it. Or I mean, keep it enabled. I don't understand. Like I don't know.
That's like discipline. That's like a discipline thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I know I can't press down, so if I press down, I'm gonna fuck up. So that means if I fuck up and press down, I gotta restart this shit. And after so many times, you're supposed to figure it out. At least that's how games used to be back in the day. You do something wrong multiple times.
Hey, you could.
Well, you have to rely on good hardware too. You have to have good hardware, or else you'll when doing stuff like that. Because a lot of times you get errant diagonals. You get press down. You hit left or right, and like it hits down because your controller is like it just does that. It floats. So you can't have a loose. There is stiff and loose directional pads, and you need a stiffer one when you're playing certain video games.
Right. Yes. The carbon pads. The carbon pads wear out on them, and they get like the little rubber in them. They get loose. Some people can bring them back, but like if you're using an original controller, like just fucking replace it. You can find the carbon pads anywhere. They're simple pads.
Well,
just replace them. That way you can get a little stiffer controller.
Well, I make all mine except for the customs I got.
Mm-hmm. You said you make yours.
Yeah. Well, I don't like make them from scratch, but I take original hardware and replace the pads and replace the buttons sometimes. Yeah. There's some Frankenstein action going on over here.
I didn't even bother doing it. I did that one time when I first started. Not really when I first started tinkering, but I was like kind of in the rush. Basically, when I got into the HD high def NES mod. Yeah, that was a disaster. I got it to work, but my controller was fucked. So I took it apart, tried to fix it, and I was in such a rush I like lost everything. I didn't even bother trying it after that. I just went ahead and did it and fixed it. See,
this is my standard paddle. It's just a Super Nintendo controller. I have cleaned out and replaced the the rubbers inside with nice freshies. And I have a couple like this. I have the Famicom one with the multicolored.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah,
like so cool.
Yeah. Those come with short cords, but I actually replaced a cord. I have a long cord that I replaced it with, so I do have some Frankenstein control.
See,
I also have
but that's gonna be like a solder.
I have.
Right?
I also have this. This is Sacred Oils by Skunky 43.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one of my custom controllers. I have one more. CHX. And this one, he did this one for me for Metroid.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
That's fucking dope. I ain't got nothing fancy like that. I got
that is
like
so cool.
But I don't have nothing fancy like that.
Yeah, it's like purple and green, and
yeah,
the directional pad is purple, and then the buttons are green and purple.
See, all my controllers that I use for Like if I like for all my emulators, I got my what the hell is this? This is the Retro Fighters Defender controller. I know my camera's blurry because Discord is being a bitch, but I got the Retro Fighters Defender controller, the Contender controller for like Switch games, and I think this is the Battler for the GameCube for all the GameCube games.
I got an Xbox One controller that I use for a lot of anything that needs like analog sticks.
Yeah.
I wanted to use it because I got the Elite 2 here. That's what I mainly like. For any other PC games, I use my Elite 2. But for like
Dark Souls and stuff.
Games, yeah. So like but for like the PlayStation 1 games and shit, I just used like the Defender, the Contender, or the GC. Just because I prefer to, I don't know, something in my head that says if I'm playing a PlayStation game, I want to play with that specific controller. Plus, certain games, like on the PS2, Star Ocean 3, one of them, it's pressure sensitive. There's a mission in Star Ocean 3 where you gotta like play a dragon flute, and the tone that it plays is based on how hard you press that button. I remember getting stuck one time because of that bullshit, and I had to buy a brand new controller, and it finally worked. I bought a generic one that didn't have the pressure sensitive shit. But yeah, that was fun. So I got the Defender now, so I can't use my Elite for that game. But like most PS2 games, you can use it for that. It's not a big deal. But just
Understandable.
having PlayStation with PlayStation, you know.
By the way, Throg, actually curious because we talked a lot about, different experiences of, again, going for retro achievement sets and stuff. But one question I guess to ask is, what got you into retro achievements to begin with? What was the thing that got it to you? Like, I can go for these things and what have you, and these get these challenges.
Right. I was actually watching just like Bud Cave and like Pulse, and a couple other retro achievements streamers, and I was already when I first started doing the retro games, I was already using RetroArch for it, so I just had to get an account because I was already using RetroArch.
Yep, true. That's the big thing already for starting.
Yeah, and I honestly wasn't even going for badges. Mostly was just beating the game. Some of my earliest videos are like I keep them for posterity. It's like me playing Mega Man X because like for me Mega Man X is like a go-to. Like.
Oh, mine too.
And it was just like, oh, I'm gonna play retro. It was like it's Retro Saturday. I don't know. I had some stupid fucking name for it. Everyone comes up some corny, one. Yeah, so it was like Retro Saturday, Mega Man X, and I just beat the game, and that was it. And I was like, yo, easy. I've done it a million times. Fucking Mega Man X is a good game. And same with like Super Metroid was another one. It was just like that was another one that I just play like it's nothing. And but yeah,
Battletoads, obviously.
Absolutely.
I feel like he just wanted to shit on Bud and Pulse.
I mean,
well, no, it wasn't that. It's like I seen Bud. He was doing like Castlevania 4, and I'm like, shit, I want to try that. I want to try to deathless it. I never thought I could do that. There was also people like Retro Mang. I don't know if you guys ever caught him before. He used to do tons of 1cc challenges. It was like
absolutely.
He'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing Contra 1cc. No cheats. That kind of shit." So and I saw that people were watching it, so I figured I'd give it a try. I mean, I feel like I was at the time, pretty good at these old games. And I always thought I was good at, old retro games. And I had, small collections of retro games at the time. And I used to have a huge Super Nintendo collection that, absolutely hated Batman NES. Yeah, Batman NES is amazing. Is another one of the games that I loved as a kid. Is one of the few games that I actually
yeah, that's a
owned,
good one.
like on the Nintendo, on the NES.
You know what?
I
Throw
love that
out.
game.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
I only watch y'all play it. I ain't play it, so I didn't necessarily grow up on the NES. I'm too young to grow up on the NES. I grew up on the. Shut up, silence. Shut the fuck up. I grew up on the. I grew up
Xbox
on the
360,
no, hell no. I am not that fucking young.
PS4.
I grew up.
The
Shut up.
Xbox 360.
Hell no. I am not that fucking young. Don't believe this motherfucker. I grew up on
That's
the
mad funny.
SNES Genesis era. My first
That's
system was the
yeah,
Genesis. I
that's
didn't
great.
know anything about. I didn't know much about the NES until I started like watching y'all, uh, people like Gracker and Bud, and I was like, damn, all these games actually existed. So y'all like made me go out and go find different games to play on like the NES and SNES. Like
Find.
it's like
It
this
was a
this
really good
is great.
console.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
was.
No, I had a SNES. The only games I really played on Genesis was back in the day, at least, was like Sonic. Because I never had one. My cousins had Sonic, had a Genesis, and we played a couple games on it, but I didn't really have much, time on it. But when I was growing up, it was all SNES. NES into SNES into PlayStation, obviously, and N64, that kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, the N64.
Game
For
Boy.
Smash?
I had a Game Boy. We had Game Boy
Hell yeah.
Color,
Pocket.
Game Boy
Yeah, me too.
Advance.
Did you have the Pocket Game Boy?
I never had a Game Boy Pocket because I had the Game Boy Advance that you could plug in. It was like not the Game Boy. It was like the square one.
The Game
It was
Boy.
the Advance SP.
Yeah, SP.
Yeah. I used to play the shit, and
yeah.
I had the cord that it plugged into, and before that, I had the big brick. Like I'm talking when I played Pokemon Blue, I had the big gray Game Boy with the yellow screen.
Mhm.
Oh, I know what
Nice.
you're talking about.
I know.
The 1989 one.
Yes,
That's the one I played.
Yep.
I played that. I played all those games on that fucking game. I played Zelda. I played the color version of Zelda, but I couldn't do the color dungeon because I didn't have color.
Mhm.
Oh.
But you could play the game.
Yeah.
And I had I had like Kirby's Dream Land, Tetris. I used to play shit Tetris on that motherfucker.
Tetris is the man. I don't know something about GBA Tetris. It was different. It's the same fucking game, but I guess it being portable was the main fucking thing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I like the N64. He's I see Fox saying he didn't like he like Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time was awesome. You had
I
Mario
like
Kart.
Paper Mario. I like Paper Mario. I mean, it's
I
not
never
like
played
the most
never
favorite
played it.
RPG, but I enjoyed it.
Ooh, that's
Never played it.
that's an interesting
Let's
one.
see. Super Smash Brothers, I enjoyed with
Smash.
my friends.
Yeah,
when
Smash.
they came over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smash on the
Yeah.
N64 was good.
You lose your
GoldenEye.
friends at Mario Kart, though. I tell you that. Throw one blue shell at your buddy and it's your ass.
They didn't even have I'm telling you right now, N64, they didn't have no blue shells yet.
No.
Yep.
Was it not the blue shells?
No.
Not an N64, not yet.
Oh no, you're right. I'm thinking of Double Dash.
I think the first one to have it is the GameCube, isn't it?
Double Dash.
Double
Is
Dash
that
was on
Double
the
Dash?
GameCube.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That was on the GameCube.
They have.
Yeah.
I can't
they
remember.
had something similar for the 64, though, didn't they?
I thought they just had the red shells, didn't they?
They had
Yeah, I
the
don't
red
think-
shells and the green
I don't
shells.
recall there being a blue shell in
Hold on, I'm about to look it up.
in 64.
We have to look it up. I thought they didn't come up with that until later.
1996 Mario Kart 64 Blue Shell. Yeah.
Blue
Yep,
shell was
so
in
it was
64.
yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, I stand corrected.
You throw the blue. You fucking throw the blue shell. And you ready to throw hands with your friend?
So-
Especially if you're near the finish line.
I played-
boy.
I think I played more of the SNES one.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, that's the OG one.
Super Mario
Mhm.
Super Mario Kart, yep.
Yeah.
That's how it all
The
began.
battle mode. You ever play the battle mode?
I
Yep,
didn't even get
the
to play this
balloons.
until later.
The balloon ones, yeah, we used to do that all the time.
Yeah. When you like run right. If you're Bowser, you could run right into them, and they would lose a balloon. And you're like, what the fuck was that?
We used to do that all the time. Bowser, Donkey Kong, just straight
You're like,
collision.
that's not fair.
These are heavy characters. That is cheating. That's some bullshit.
Oh yeah, Star Fox 64. That I had a lot of fun with too.
Star Fox 64 was good.
That's probably one of my favorite of the console. That's like right up there for me. That's when I think Nintendo 64. That's definitely right up there.
That was the first one I've ever played. I never knew about Star Fox until I played the 64 version. Not about that, and Brawl, of course, or not Brawl, Smash Brothers.
Mm.
But I hadn't heard Star Fox. I didn't even know there was the first one. I thought the 64 version was the first one. See, I'm showing my age.
Oh, then you play the first one, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I tried the first one. I was like, oh hell.
What kind of fuckery fuck is this?
Shit. It's what it is. Shit.
Have you seen it recently?
Yeah.
It's like little triangles and wireframes.
Polygons.
Yeah. See, no, I'm not. No, hell no. That's unfinished, basically. Ain't no way you can't tell me they couldn't do better than that. I know it's.
I mean, it was noteworthy from what I heard at the time. It was.
From what I understand, that was advanced.
Yeah,
it was.
You know what? I'll let that slide because I say the same thing about Final Fantasy VII versus other games like I said, Star Ocean and later PS1 titles. You got 7 with fucking blocky ass characters, and you sitting there like, what the fuck? But then you got other games that come out and the characters actually look like they have hands, and the movement is a little bit. So I'll let that slide. So at the time it was revolutionary. Same with 7. You know, we wouldn't even always give 7 this credit because we wouldn't have all these RPGs if it wasn't for 7 over here in the West. We'd be sitting here trying to fucking translate them all.
Well, definitely did quite a thing for it.
Oh yeah, big time, big time. What would you say your favorite genre is, Throck?
Of games? I like a variety, but I like real-time strategy, RPG, and platformer, pretty much.
Now, I know we were going to touch on this a little bit also, but Kick. You've been, out of everybody that went over to Kick for the short amount of time, you seem to be the only one that lasted the longest. Literally, midnight streams, Throg, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Sim City, Sim whatever.
City 2000.
I mean, what's that been like for you?
It's been cool. People over there are really nice. But there was a bit of a gold rush, right? And then a bit of a ghost town, just kind of like, you could see the tumbleweeds when you stroll through the towns. That's where I'm at with it right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, I know when I was trying to go over there, I even did tried doing a dual stream with that and YouTube, but it was just like, see the tumbleweed rolling, you hear a little whistle. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, there's, you got to think of it like this, like what's the content going on in the, the different platforms. You look at the platform and there's a small pocket, and we brought, the community did bring a little chunk of people to the platform to check it out. And I think, just kind of,
died out.
No, it just kind of ran its course.
Very true.
I know people like Ga was highly protesting against it.
No, I wasn't.
I mean, well, I'm all for diversifying your bonds and shit. But
yeah, that was my feeling of it too.
So
it's no different than saying I have a YouTube, I have a TikTok, I have a Twitch. I have a
Exactly.
Twitter. I have a Kick. They're all the same type of thing. They're just kind of making things happen on different internet sites.
The
And
only thing that really sucked about it is not even really just trying to catch y'all. It's more because the site is so new. You know, you kind of being the first people on Kick, first few people on Kick. It's like, damn, I can't watch on the app. We all know Twitch app sucks, but it's better than Kick app. Trying to watch on fucking Kick, and obviously I don't want to watch on the desktop site.
I think that was a major negative thing that I noticed was complaints about the app. It was like, I'm trying to watch you, but
Yeah.
I keep getting kicked out, or I send a message and it gets deleted, or something along those lines. So,
Or just like really an issue with them connecting in general. Like they like, I want to watch your stream, but like I can't really interact with it well. Like I can't do
Right.
anything about it. Just kind of that really killed it in a way for me.
right, and none of the integrations worked. You had to use different integrations that were like, half beta, half seemed like a little shit, like maybe sketchy.
Yeah.
And you worked with what you got, and you try out different things. Mostly doing different types of content over on a different platform. I was focusing on creatives, SimCity, as I said, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Harvest Moon, perhaps, that kind of shit.
what about Saman?
Sure, why not? I'm just that's the gist of what I had been trying. But that instead, recently I've been just playing Roller Coaster Tycoon on Twitch because
I was about to say which Harvest Moon were you playing?
I didn't yet. I was going to though.
Oh, you were going. Which one were you going to play then?
Just I would have started with the Super Nintendo one because I like that game.
I thought so. That when my first one was Harvest Moon 64, I didn't even know shit about that game. I just downloaded it because I wanted it.
I don't think I played that one, but I did like the Super Nintendo game because it's just like a relaxing, like kind of chill and smoke game.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
I like making designs and stuff.
So
out of crops.
we're going to be getting a Mario Paint stream soon, then, right? Making your own music.
Well, I mean, they would fall in line with the same type of thing, but
swatting flies.
Just I won't be doing as much time as you probably see me over there on Kick. As I've said, it's kind of a ghost town.
I mean, just like what Meows said, like it was kicking off right when summer was coming on, so maybe during winter time it might pick up when people are more trapped inside. But
always possibly.
There's always something that you could be doing, that you could be streaming, right? I mean, I was working on practicing my speed runs last night, but I didn't stream it. I just streamed it up in my Discord because I didn't want to go on Kick because I was just like, yeah, whatever. Right. I'll just put it on Discord. It's like the same thing at this point.
Right. You were actually doing your speed runs today, and I actually completely forgot that you used to do some speed runs. But what games have been your favorite to speed run so far?
So my major game that I do for speed runs is Battletoads 100%, which is no glitch, no warps, no no moving off of the main path. So I think there's a certain term for that where you don't move off of the path, like you don't break the path. But that's the major one, and then Metroid 1 on the the Nintendo 100% deathless is another category that's like one of my favorites to run. Donkey Kong Country, the Donkey Kong Country RA sets led me into doing Donkey Kong Country speedruns and learning like way over the top of what was necessary for the RA achievement, and then me uploading them to doing splits and uploading them to speedrun.com.
Yep.
Like I think the requirement was like an hour and 10 minutes, and I was like, I got it in like 50 minutes, you know.
Oh yeah, because they call it like the baby cranky thing, and it's like, yeah, compared to like what the speed run is, it's like more
Well,
than
yeah.
enough.
But yeah, you get all the warp barrels, you know, and then you learn like some of the glitches. Like one of the glitches that I really liked was um it was abusing the bonus barrels where you had
Yep.
to like you had to throw an enemy that wasn't in you actually holding it, and right as you enter a bonus barrel, and it would glitch the game, and it would just push you to the next level. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like that, but
I did.
I was
Yep.
able to. I was starting to pull off things like that, which were totally unnecessary for the RA achievements. But I was just doing it because I was just curious about it. So this,
Cool.
you know, started brewing to do speed runs just for PBs and for places, and it's like my you know, I also do what's the other fucking speed run? The Battletoads Double Dragon games. Um, I ended up getting 8th place in Battletoads Double Dragon because of an achievement to beat it in under, I think it was under 30 minutes or something, and I ended up beating it in like, I think it's like 26 minutes or something, but it ends up being 8th place on on speedrun.com for the game. So, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows my feeling on speedruns. So.
But now we're doing now I'm doing ActRaiser
Yeah.
for the Super Nintendo. I saw Brood VX running ActRaiser as part of his you know, his speedrun rundown, which he takes different games and learns the speedruns of them and then reviews it. So been watching him play that, and then a couple other people like Tetsuo, he's a placeholder on that that speedrun board, and watching him play it again, he's been picking it up, and I was like, you know what? I think this is one I want to play, and tried it out. They have a really cool practice tool that you can use to load the rooms, and you know, with save states and the tool, it makes for you know, a pretty easy to practice, you know, stages and routes. And it's a difficult game to play. So I guess I would say it's easy to play, very difficult to master because of all the amounts of special moves you have to do.
Yeah.
Similar to Battletoads. Battletoads is similar. You have to do dash jumps, which are like almost impossible to do if you don't know what to do. You wouldn't just do it unless you knew exactly how to do it. It's similar. So ActRaiser does similar things, like the slash jumps. If you didn't know you need to slash at the apex of your jump to get 4-frame boost of, you know, distance, you wouldn't know that unless someone told you it.
When are we gonna get speedruns of Turtles 1?
Turtles 1.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Turtles 1. I mean, I really like Turtles 1. It's a good game. A lot of runners on it. I've thought about it. I've watched Rift play quite a bit. I used to watch Rift
Me too.
play a ton of speedruns. So he was one of the primary people I used to just watch, like a speedrunner that just would do casual speedruns. It was just, that was his stream. He would just do casual Mega Man Turtle speedruns. Mega Man, what, 2, 3, 4? He would do that 2, 3, 4 circuit, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
I know. I used to watch
the 24 Mavericks that he did for the X series too. He did that for doing the 24 Mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch Nielsen Alex till he mainly became a Zelda.
Yeah, but he did Turtles runs.
Yeah, he did Turtles and Batman, I believe, also.
Yep, he did Batman NES.
Wait. And I know you recently badged Batman.
I badged Batman. I want to say it was somewhere between 75 to 100.
Yeah. So, have you thought about speedrunning that, or?
NES Batman? I don't think so. I watched a couple speedrunners that play it. But it's never crossed my mind really.
All right. So, any viewer out there that has any questions for Throg, I got one from Mr. Retro that says, Throg, what's your opinion on the rule system for Final Fantasy Tactics Advance?
I never played it, so I wouldn't know.
Fox wants to know what happened to the Dragon Ball Z streams in Discord.
We're bringing those back.
those late nights been getting you.
Yeah, I've actually been training for a test for work, so I haven't had as much bandwidth. Also, I just upgraded my computer, which was a major drain on my my time for the last couple of fucking days.
Understandable.
Throg VX, yo, can we get a timeout on Mr. Lifted Senses, please?
Sorry, I can't do that. Somebody else got to do it.
What, you don't want that black on black crime shit?
I can't do black on black crime. My hands are out of this one.
Wow.
God.
All four of them.
I've been speed running longer than Brew, just for the record.
So the Zebra Coalition. How exactly did that start?
That was lifted. He came in with like a resub message, and he's like Ebony and Ivory, the Black and White Connection, and the Zebra Coalition, or some shit like that. And the way that it read it off, it had me in stitches. I was just cracking up so much. I reached out to Stripey, and I'm like, yo, can you make this like Zebra Coalition, like character, right? And it was like the Fruit Stripes zebra, but I'll, weed it out with a hat and some glasses. So that's the Zebra Coalition. We it's pretty much, it's a zebra, and we're the coalition,
I always, every time I see it makes me want a piece of Fruit Stripe gum. I remember it really wasn't that good. Have you ever had something from your childhood, seen it as an adult, like, man, I remember loving these, and tried it? Why the fuck did I ever like this?
Fucking bubblegum roll tape and juicy fruit. Well, juicy fruit's still good, but that shit seems
Bubble
like
tape?
it lasts forever. Yeah, the bubble tape. The bubble tape seemed cool, but I don't like it now. It's like chalky.
All that gum is some bullshit.
Big League Chew.
I didn't care for Big League. Shit was ass when I was little.
That was just like 5 years ago.
No, it's not. No, it's not solid.
I'm never in public, so I don't really like chew gum. But if I was more, I probably would.
Is there a game, Throg, that doesn't have a set yet that you're would like to see one for?
I think I see one coming out for Let Us Cling Together. I think I saw Suxer Skater was working on it, but for the PSP version. I wanted to see that one. I have a couple requests out. I could probably pull them up if I.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll just throw them up here real quick.
Yeah.
You're gonna give Gal some good ideas.
All right, he's about to put some bullshit.
Well,
all right.
I'm always up for listening to it.
Well, I wanted that. I did bring the Sweet Home revision idea over to Sting, because he's doing a bunch of unfinished games.
Yeah, and
like revisions. And I was like, "This, well, you need an unfinished game. I got one for you."
Yeah, the big one.
Because well, it's a lot to that game, but it's like this tiny little set, and
very much so.
And when I was playing it, I'm like, I played it for like an hour before I got like a single achievement, and I'm like, what the fuck is going? Well, I got like one or two, and it was just like,
It was
You know,
you
get
told
all
me
the characters.
it was very back heavy. Like the front side of it was like hardly anything. It's like when you're getting there, it's like all of a sudden they're coming in like, oh, now you're getting achievements or stuff now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, where am I looking? Okay, requested sets. Okay, so
Where the fuck's the flashlight?
it looks like I requested Tactics Ogre 3 times.
Ooh, that's
Mhm.
interesting. It's not there.
Yeah, let us cling together. This so and then the Saturn set for Ogre Battle. I wanted that, so I'd have it twice. King of the Monsters 2. How does that game not have a set?
Yeah.
King of
How
the
does
Monsters.
Just so
King
weird.
of the Monsters 2 does not have a set.
Doesn't even have a
And this-
photo.
And this game is so good. It's a 2-player co-op beat 'em up. I'm gonna suggest me and Lifted play this one too. And where your monsters trashing through a city. It's kind of like Rampage, but it's more of a beat 'em up. And it's like a wrestling match when you fight the final, like eat the boss of each stage, because you have your standard chops and attacks and whatnot, but you have a special attacks, and you also have grapples, where you go do like a back and forth grappling match with them, a la WrestleMania, I think was the game, the arcade game, where you have to hit back and forth in a rhythm type deal, and if you do it badly, you get thrown, and if you do it good, you throw the enemy. This is kind of cool. Another one I got here is Cartia, Word of Fate. Doesn't have a set. PlayStation game. Very Final Fantasy Tactics esque.
Wait,
but
what's the name of that one? I think I actually have that game.
Like Cartia, The Word of Fate. It's a game. It's a isometric tactical RPG.
I know which one you're talking about.
That's very fun. That's very Tactics-esque.
I just saw that game not too long ago from somebody like on Twitter.
It's called Rebus on Japan. Japan.
The person on Twitter had he posted a bunch of like old RPGs, RTSs and shit of his like collection, and he was doing a whole bunch of RTS PlayStation RTS RPG games, and that was one of them that popped up, and I was like, oh shit, that looks cool. I haven't played it yet, but it looks fun as fuck though.
Oh, definitely Tactics. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've played through it. I've played through the whole the first campaign. There's 2 campaigns, and which is kind of cool. I thought that was cool. There was 2 characters you could pick from, a male protagonist and a female protagonist. And they each have their own levels, with their own separate stories that intertwine. Where they're meeting back with each other constantly because they're 2 different generals on the same side. This is pretty cool. And the fuel for that game is that you have these magicians that create they're called phantoms, but they're basically these golem characters, right? They're just created of nothing, and there's different types. And what's cool about the phantoms is that not only do they have 3 different types that are rock paper scissors, one beats the other. They also can equip weapons that have rock paper scissors. There's a sword, a spear, and an axe. So this is ways to change up the the different calculations when you're fighting.
Oh yeah.
So Cartia, and I'm getting too sidetracked on each game. Energy break. Energy break. Yeah, well.
Explain to all the people in the chat and other things because of these games, man.
Yeah, Energy Breaker on the SNES. This is like a tactical game that I guess is created by Taito, and it looks like it's loosely related to the Lufia series. I've never played it. I want to see a set for it, so it'll encourage me to play it. But it does look a little kind of crappy. But it's on my request list. The other one I have is Disgaea on PlayStation 2, Hour of Darkness. Doesn't have a set. I was actually pretty surprised about this one because it seemed like it was a pretty popular tactical game.
Yeah, a number of people have Disgaea to me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't have it. I watched Brood play through it, and it is very comical. It's like it does not take itself seriously at all. The style is not generally something that I would pick up on, but because it is a tactics game and it does look interesting. So, but those are my requested sets.
Pretty cool.
Mhm. Seems like you're very tactics heavy. That's probably your favorite genre, or
Yeah, he loves strategy.
yeah.
I said, real time strategy RPG. So tactics is kind of the middle between the two. If you look at Ogre Battle, it's a real time strategy console game, right? Where
Mhm.
it takes place in real time, and then you have little RPG skirmishes that take place each time your units run into each other. It's kind of the mix if you think about it. If you think about like an RTS in its core, right? If you've ever played games like Command and Conquer or StarCraft or Warcraft and I don't know what people play nowadays for RTS. I thought the genre kind of died with StarCraft too, but
Damn right.
because I mean I that's the game I play. I play StarCraft too. But yeah, like those are the kind of games I kind of gravitate towards. I mean, when I went to go back and play, the PC games, I was telling you guys we were doing like creatives on Kick. I was also doing old DOS games. We were doing shit like Warcraft 2. Playing
Blood.
Warcraft 1 is so archaic. Yeah, Blood was cool. Blood is still cool. We might play more Blood.
Blood. Here, I thought
Have you
Lifted would have
played-
been asking like 20 different questions.
Well, but also with the Shining Force games, I think that would be something as well. Because I mean, when I think strategy RPGs, those are ones that I've probably been the most familiar with. More
I've
so
never
too.
Never played any of the Shining Force. The most I played of Shining Force was Fox requested I played it for like an hour,
Mhm.
and I liked what I saw. It was fun for me.
Yeah,
So,
those
Shining
to me,
Force.
like especially two
You gotta
especially
play.
yeah,
is
Shining Force was definitely when I started playing that. I was like, I would enjoy this.
Yeah, Shining
Mhm,
Force. Shining
definitely.
Force. I played that when I first started emulating
Yeah.
way back when I was younger, and that was like one of the first. Sonic, of course, I got the Genesis emulator to work Sonic, duh. But Shining Force was
And
another one, and then
and
two, I was
yeah,
like, fuck.
and it
Both
really
Fire Emblem.
speaks to
Yeah.
And it really speaks to the genre too, because I mean, a lot of other strategy RPGs I've ever picked up, it's kind of been hit or miss about whether I would get into it. Like Shining Force definitely like really caught me and really went in. I was just like, that's really the hallmark of a good game when you can get me into it. And again, it's not really the top of like a genre that I would really like go with, and yet it's just fun to play. To really get them in all the battles and everything. It's fun.
Yaka wants to know what
Played
game did
Fire.
you absolutely hate the most that you had a badge?
That I had to badge.
Yeah.
Like I was forced to badge, or did I just like I was so determined to badge that?
I would say either
Is
or.
that
You just
either
like
one, let's see. I'll look at my badges so I can pick because this is quite a few.
Damn.
I mean, Fox is saying Lost Levels and Lifted say Ninja Gaiden.
The PC Engine.
Yeah.
Lost Levels is up there. Lost Levels I really did not enjoy. I'll say Lost Levels early on was definitely my most hated badge. But I will say this, my most hated badge that I had to finish was the Oracle of Ages on the Game Boy Color.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was my most hated game, and I never want to play that game again.
Was it just because the game or just how the set was done?
Both.
I remember. I mean,
Yeah.
getting all those damn rings.
I fucking hated that set so much.
Mhm.
But yeah, Lost Level sucked too. I
Yeah,
would not suggest
C4.
anyone plays that. Yeah, C4 Fire was is Garbaggio. Yeah, someone said Ninja Gaiden 3. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3 is probably the most the game I hated the most that everyone likes. Like, you know how people say, you know, that happens all the time. Like, oh, this is a very beloved game.
Mhm.
For me, Ninja Gaiden 3, man, I fucking hated that game.
The continues on it sucked.
I just hated that game. It just wasn't. I didn't like it as much as 1 and 2. 1 and 2 I loved, and 3 I got to it, and I was like, man, I fucking hate this game. I mean, looking back at it, I probably wouldn't have hated it as much if I didn't have to do the RA set, but
It's just not good. I mean, Sam, the game man. I watched him do that one last summer, and he was like, he never bitches about a game. That one he bitched about. So.
He bitched about that. Yeah.
I
Looking
can see
at
why.
Kid Icarus wasn't too bad. It was. I'm looking at it. I'm like, it was that bad? It wasn't too bad. It was.
I was about to say, you seem like you enjoyed it a little bit.
It was enjoyable. It was a little broken. I feel like it's kind of like, it was like Holy Diver, right? Like, it was a little broken, but I enjoyed it.
Of course.
Yeah, Holy Diver. We'll have to bring it up, obviously, because you're talking about hated games. Like, I didn't hate Holy Diver, but I didn't love it either. That's for sure.
What about Adventure Island?
The first one, it is pretty frustrating. I was kind of hard headed with that one, and just like rattled it out. I remember I was up till like 1 a.m. just to finish that game, because I wanted it done. I didn't particularly care for the first Adventure Island, and it's not even a difficult set. It's very easy set. It's just a hard game. It didn't take me long. I don't think it took me very long. But the other Adventure Island games are really hard as well. But they're good games. I would say they're no worse than, any other platformer, in the vein of, like, Sonic the Hedgehog or Mario Brothers or anything else. The very first game, though, is frustrating because of the way he kind of slides. It's like he's like always on ice. There's something about, like, he's got like a momentum mechanic that's really frustrating.
The Crisco feet. I mean,
off into a ditch.
Yeah, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that in any of the other games. It's just the first game.
What game
I
do you
actually like some of the later ones? Some of the TurboGrafx Adventure Island game is
that was actually really good. That was.
It's a really good game. It's
I need to go back
Super
and finish
Adventure
it.
Island. Super Adventure Island's a fun game. It's not that hard. Adventure Island 2 is really tough, but it's like a really good game. It's like I would say that's the like OG Adventure Island, because the first Adventure Island's actually just Wonder Boy reskinned, whereas Adventure Island 2 is like Adventure Island. It's like the first Adventure Island, and then Adventure Island 3 was just like a remake of 2. It was like a new batch of levels. This is like the same fucking thing.
I never
that.
I played Adventure Island 4 too, believe it or not, which is like a Metroidvania fucking game. It's an adventure game, I should say. And you go around collecting different items and doing different mini games, and you get different dinosaurs that unlock different sections of the map. And there's also Super Adventure Island 2, which does the same thing. It follows the same. It's an adventure game where you get different armors and weapons, and it's completely different. You play it, you're like, what the fuck is this?
What game do you absolutely refuse to play and badge no matter what?
Robo Trek.
Oh.
Ah.
Nice one. Fox is throwing out the Einhander. Fox,
I know.
No one's gonna play Einhander. Nobody's gonna play that set. No, nobody's.
I'm really about to ban Einhander from being said in chat.
He really wants somebody.
I know.
I mean, it's a good shmup, but I mean,
no, that shit's fucking tough. Have you played it, Throg?
Nah, I don't want to play Einhander.
Yeah,
nope. Nobody does.
Don't play it. Bro, it's a good one. Like
it's hard.
It's just fucking brutal. It is
Yeah,
brutal.
it's a brutal shmup. It's like rail shooter. You know, it's like
Yeah.
So, Robotrek.
I would say Robotrick. I played it and I really didn't like the. You know, I just don't think I would ever badge that. You know, would I ever give it another chance to play? Probably not.
Mm.
Understandable.
yeah.
I'm on
I
the
feel like
side.
everyone I talk to that's played that they say they try to get into it and they didn't like it, except for a few people that say that they really liked it, and I feel like they're trolling me.
Yeah, it's true. It's always been a few people that ever said, you really should give it a chance, and I'm just like, yeah, I do, but I'm always left like, I just don't understand it.
I think what really gets it's just like the battle music, and like it's like really repetitive. Like if you can't have like repetitive tasks that you have to do over and over again, and then like have like not pleasant features like music that's good, you know, to go with it. Like the having a ton of repetitive random battles and the music being just like really bad. It's just like,
Yeah, definitely a turn off.
Mhm.
yeah,
Because
it's like if I want
that's what you're listening to.
if I want to grind out something, I just yeah.
Because you're
Yeah,
listening
grind
to
out,
it
so you gotta
all the
have good
time.
What's that one game Lifter was playing that was Maverick Hunters? One of the Mega Man games, Maverick Hunters,
Yeah.
and all the fucking music was the same in every damn stage. He gave up on it.
Maverick Hunter X.
Ooh.
100X, that one, yeah.
I mean, if there's like a glaring like issue with a game like that, I would just, you know,
Yeah. File
we
mode.
dismiss it. Yeah, we dismiss it.
Friday the
Oh yeah,
13th.
file mode's the same thing. Yeah.
Friday the 13th. Oh my God,
Oh,
Frank.
so you didn't realize it till you were way deep into it, then that fucking sucks. I would have just turned the fucking music off at that point.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, we just grind this out. Separate in its separate little package.
Pretty much.
Any other questions from you guys?
I'm
Nope.
good.
I will say, Throg, I love how humble you are, man. I don't know if you like that in real life. I can't speak on that, but at least on stream, you are. I got fucking hiccups.
Oh, he'll punch you in the nose.
Well, thank you. I try to keep myself humble so that I don't become a douche.
I still love that picture of you and Frank's dog, Samson, just like chilling on the porch. You're like, it's my dog now.
It's the only selfie I got. That's the only selfie that from that trip. Yeah, the only picture. Like we were like, oh, let's get a picture. It was me and the dog. That's it. That's the only.
Old Samson.
It's me and the dog. I'm like, oh shit. I think the only person that actually took pictures of me was one of Frank's friends' wives. Right? I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Frank's friend's wife. Say that 10 times fast.
I think it was Matt.
Like,
I think it was Matt's wife.
Ah.
Or yeah, I think it's his wife.
Would you ever see yourself going back to another GraceCon?
Possibly. I wouldn't take it off the table.
Hmm? Fun
I ain't no
times.
possibly because I plan on coming.
Hurricane
Fun
Kate.
times, from what I see.
So you got to be there.
I mean, how many people passed out on stream there? I know Sark was one.
I was like, Sark was slumped.
I heard Lexi passed out on stream. But it seemed like Throg and Lifted just kept disappearing.
Hey,
Well, you gotta think like this.
There's so many.
Me and Lifted don't drink as much.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You just wasn't gonna catch Lifted slipping. That's all it was. He was throwing
Well,
shit back. He was just like, nope.
I mean, I threw back some beers, but I didn't. I think there was one night I got really drunk, but that was about it. I still I ain't falling asleep on no stream. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
You ain't want to get caught slipping. You already know
No,
what happened. First of all,
definitely.
you got a bunch of people
I
watching GreaseCon, and you
I
get
don't
caught
know.
slipping.
No, look what happened with Sark. It's like a
Mhm.
meme. That's like the
Exactly.
meme.
That's my point.
As I said, if I ever go, I am not sitting in that chair at all.
If you
I
feel
know.
sleepy, get the fuck out that chair because you're gonna get memed on.
Mhm.
Just fucking leave. Like leave. Turn the do something. I get tired on
Yeah,
stream myself. I
no,
turn
no.
my camera. I'm like, man, fuck that. Bye.
Nah,
Mhm.
nah. But I fucked with the wheel spins a bit. But you know, that shit is dangerous. I don't know how Frank does that, like on like a
Agreed.
night to night basis. I could I could do it for like an hour and then I'm like, all right, I'm out. You know, that's I think I did like I took over the stream for like a couple hours. You know, that was it.
I think it
I
was
was
like
all right, I'm out.
I think it was like right when we got there. You were like on for like an hour and a half. That was pretty much
Oh,
it.
I think no, I think I had like a whole segment where I think it was like 3-4 hours where it was just basically me and Sarconius
Yeah.
doing co-op stream stuff
Yep.
and then it was like me and Lifted had like a morning stream and on the weekend, like on Saturday morning we did the Zombies Ate My Neighbors co-ops. But that shit's too hard. Man, you can't that game is fine on its own, but co-oping it to
Yeah, so
completion
intense.
is bullshit.
Yes.
I mean, you guys can do Conquer's Bad Fur Day multiplayer.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh
Ah,
God.
yeah, hell
No.
I say don't really care for that game.
Yeah, I've never been the
I
heaviest
know
of
some. Yeah, some people like it, but that's fine.
The,
I'm
the
not
comedy,
into it.
that's all it really is, just the comedy in it. The actual
fucking
gameplay
love-
sucked.
I fucking now when you go to war and conquers, yeah, it's pretty ass because it's ass because you sitting there trying to shoot every damn thing and they coming out with fucking bazookas and shit and you get one shotted by the big ass machine gun and shit like that. No, hell no, that shit's ass. But the rest of the game is actually fun.
I mean,
Just
I'd say Throg, when you were saying about Ninja Gaiden 3, how it's like, everyone around would be like, "Oh, that's really great," and you're like, "Yeah, no." Like it's kind of with Conquer for me. Like a lot of people around me would all be like, "Yeah, this is like really big," and then I'd be like, I'd play it, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't see it." Like that's probably close to like a version for me of being one of those games that's like I'm kind of the minority, at least among my friend group. Whenever anyone was saying, "Oh, that's a great one," I'm like, "Nah."
Yeah, no,
Not really
I'm not
for
a big
me.
fan.
I get it
I'm not.
because what you saying,
Just for
Throg?
me.
I was just gonna say, like, if I was gonna play a game like of that vein, I would just play like Zelda Ocarina of Time or like Banjo Kazooie.
Oh yeah, Banjo.
Because I feel that because like I don't like most of the Zelda. I know a lot of people are like fan cults of Zelda, and I don't care for them. I
There you
know
go.
a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, Zelda's the best adventure game," and I get the whole thing behind it, but it's just boring to me. Like that whole empty ass open. I get it's the N64, so that's the one thing. But the newer ones, they're still so
N64,
fucking empty.
it's got this. It's not that big.
No, it's
N64 is not that big.
no, but it's. I'm just saying, like you go out and there's space. It's like what the fuck am I supposed to do? There's barely any enemies to fight until nighttime, and then nighttime that shit gets boring and annoying as hell when everything's trying to fucking chase you at once. You're just trying to get to a destination.
Well, the
you
later
can get
ones
time
are a
and
little
stuff.
too big, I think.
Yeah, I don't care for the none of. I
Agreed.
think Breath of the Wild is the only one that I actually have fun in. That's it.
But that's the
Hey,
biggest one.
But it's not about okay. So it's not about how big the fucking space is. It's what can I do in that space. Like in Ocarina of Time, all I was able to do was when I got Epona and rode the horse around. I was like, what the?
Ain't you ever did that race where you got to run backwards?
I did
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I got. I really got fucking bored.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
I got bored of Ocarina of Time. Honestly, Breath of the Wild.
Don't tell me
this.
this. Don't tell me there's nothing to do out in that field. You can race that guy.
Yeah, like wow.
I didn't care. That and Majora's Mask. I played Majora's Mask for the mask. I got the Gorgon mask and got bored. Just ran around collecting.
I don't think I ever played that one.
There's like again, that's kind of one that I've had some people swear me that it's like their favorite Zelda, and then there's others that I talk to, and they're like, I don't want to have anything. What the hell is this game? This isn't Zelda.
Breath,
I don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah,
Breath of
I would
Wild.
just be like, no.
I tried playing Breath of Wild and it was just, yeah. Majora's Mask, another crappy Zelda to me.
It's hard for me to get into any modern games.
Yeah.
I got to really be into it.
Yeah, some of them they're all getting repetitive and they're all just like copy paste of each other with different visuals. They're boring.
Different skins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're mostly boring. Like everybody's trying to be the next Elden Ring. Can't nobody think of nothing else original. Like, what the fuck? Come on. Like, and then all the RPGs are trying to be like Final Fantasy, and it's like this shit's boring. I don't want to play. If I want to play Final Fantasy, I'll go play Final Fantasy. Give me something new. I don't want to play Final Fantasy right now. I want to play something else. Yeah,
Well,
just
not,
copy and paste.
not just that. I mean, they're also getting longer. Like 120 hours of fucking play a game. Jesus.
I don't want to play 120 fucking hours of back and forth. That shit is annoying.
Yeah.
That shit is trash. Like, I gotta play 120. I gotta go back to this city, and then there's a lot of them don't even give you fast travel, and when on some of the quests, and it's like, why, like, why the fuck are you making me walk all the way back here for this one useless ass travel banter? I don't give a fuck about it. It has nothing to do with the story. You're just forcing me to see this shit. So now you're basically padding the fuck out the game. I don't want to play that. That's boring. Give me like the things that really gave the old RPGs their flair was you had shit to do. It was unique for the time. It was fun. One of my favorite things about Star Ocean, I got to travel around on planets on one of them, and two was just something unique at the time. It was my very first RPG, so that stuck with me. Rogue Galaxy, I get to fucking travel around planets and do different side quests. Nowadays, you travel around planets, you got endless generating planets, and they're boring and open and like, what the fuck? No combat, or if you do got combat, it's all repetitive. That shit's old.
Yeah,
It's played out. So yeah, I can see.
Throg, a last question from me actually. What do you see yourself continuing with Retro in the future? I mean, what is your future idea of streaming? Are you seeing streaming as long as you wish, or are there other things you're wanting to do with entertainment or other particular things with games in a way pass with it? Curious.
I just been doing the stream thing, Twitch. And for a pretty regular, schedule for quite a while, and I don't see any stopping in the future, as far as right now, or any slowing down. But as far as content, you see more of the same, pretty much. More YouTubes, more tutorials, possibly playthroughs. I was doing some roller coaster tycoon scenarios.
Yep.
And because I didn't see many on YouTube, there were a couple, but most of them were like sped up or like tool assisted or something. So and yeah, just varying the different things that I'm doing. I don't want to be pigeonholed into one type of area of gaming or broadcasting in general. We see different types of entertainment, as you guys are doing here with your podcast.
All right, dog. I mean, we probably should end it here since we got another ad break coming up anyways.
All right.
I mean,
well, thanks for having me.
Hey, definitely love having you on. Definitely would invite you back. Definitely will invite you back. Now I'm not going to send out a raid tonight since we've already had the biggest shit show at the beginning. But as I said, thank you, Throg. Thank you, Dark Gal, for hanging out. Everybody. I'll be back tomorrow morning with actually I'm going to be starting Golden Sun. So. And,
good luck.
Yeah, I know you just badged it. Yeah.
Oh, good times. I love Golden Sun.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys then. Have a good one.